Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell.
All right, let me tell you about my show, Wednesday nights, and here we go. It's the rule of three with a touch of Basco, and like the Joker says, and here we go. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock. Click on the thumbnail, it's about to get hot. We get 3 different questions in only 3 minutes. It ain't for the scared, it ain't for the timid. Some will like us and some just don't. A lot will back us and some just won't. It don't matter with the Khaos crew. We specialize in making things do what they do. So sit back, chill, and enjoy the show with me, Chris, Guy Scar, and Nzo.
Fire, peace. 9 o'clock, Wednesday nights. Don't miss it. Check us out. Peace.
What's up, everybody? It is Wednesday night. It's the rule of 3 here on Khaos Central. Final show of the week as far as the 3 main shows go. Of course, we still got the She-Hulk roundtable later tonight. Remember, guys, stay to the end because we got the final 5 Factor Fiction. Danny's back. I threatened to pick somebody else today if he couldn't make it, and that person would be the de facto surrogate for him if you didn't show up.
What are you talking about?
Just saying. I mean, because, Nzo and I were perfectly fine with going forward.
You were, but that wasn't going to happen.
We actually have, let me check and see. Today, I think we got 3 answers. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. We got 3 answers. 4 answers. I'm sorry, 4 answers.
Every time I get that intro, man, I love Red Man more and more.
Yeah. Dude, that's a great.
God, I love that beat.
That beat and everything. That's nice. It's
Red Man's fire.
So, guys, really quick, in the chat there, you'll see there's a poll. Please vote in that poll before we get started. Also, grab that link above, share it out. To those of you who might be watching this after the fact, again, watch the whole stream because at the end we have that final 5 Factor Fiction. That's kind of a fun little thing where it's bragging rights and everything like that. I mean, not saying that Nzo Danny and myself are competitive, but we do NFL picks in Square One over on Danny's channel. This year, I am going to compete in the fantasy football. And then we have this thing going. So we're not competitive per se. We just all know we're better than the others.
Yeah, it fucking sucks to lose. I tell you, that sucks.
Especially when it's to a kicker.
I ain't lying.
The last literally the last minute. Like the last kick of the season.
Man, it was like Roberto had nothing but a kicker left. And I was like 20 points ahead. I was like, oh yeah, I get this is bad. That motherfucker kicked for like 40 points.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It was really hilarious.
Let's look at the chat. We got Mads Mama Bear, David, Dandelion Fluff, guys. Thank you for being here. Sure, we're going to see some more people. Make sure you, like I said, grab that link, share it out, vote in that poll up above. And before we get to the topics and everything like that, we're going to go around and have everybody talk about themselves. We'll start with Nzo. Nzo, tell everybody about yourself and what you got going on.
What's up, guys? Biggaford Entertainment. After this will be the OOC. That's some probably topics we were supposed to talk about last time. We'll talk about them again. Then probably just have some fun, open topics, whatever it is, what it is. We're on episode 90, so we're almost to 100 on that one too. That's why I'm kind of thinking that the count for the Khaos list, 100 episode, might be right because it's about a little bit after that I started doing it. Yeah, But other than that, man, can't wait to get this show started and pass Danny with the Factor Fiction.
There you go. All right, Danny, what's going on?
Not much going on, man. It's been a pretty busy week, man, in my world. I'm telling you, times I get off one job, I get the other one. Putting a lot of miles on my car, but I'm not complaining because at one time it was slow as hell. But I'm definitely glad to be here tonight. I missed Guy Scar shows earlier to hang out. Sorry about that, but I'm here.
Sometimes.
Yes. Gotta chase that dollar.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Did you check out the link I sent you, Danny,
What link?
for
You see?
the legacy?
Yeah, I see. That's on Netflix though. I've seen it. I just ain't. Yeah, I've seen it on
No,
Netflix.
that's I think that's new.
Yeah, the one with Kobe and stuff on it.
Well, the first two episodes they're talking about Magic Johnson and their first championship and everything, and it's pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'm definitely check it out.
You know,
I was
I'm
trying to
just
watch.
saying. Come
Go ahead.
on, hold on. Chris, big me up for a second. Big me up for a
Hold on,
second.
hold on. Go right ahead.
Now I know this isn't square one, but since I told Danny about the thing, I just gotta say it. And I hope the NBA is watching or whoever does these documentaries. But can we please get a Tim Duncan documentary, please? Something San Antonio Spurs, anything? Thank you.
I didn't realize I'd be using this quick. I mean,
Then you
really?
said. Then you said.
I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself. But Ian, this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
All I'm saying is, I don't think Tim Duncan's all that in a bag of chips. I'm just saying that.
Oh boy!
All right, Chris.
See,
All
I
right,
know.
Chris.
I
All
just
right.
bought. I just bought like 7 or 8. I know I did. I mean, I literally signed the check and said, "Here, please, sir, may I have another?"
I can't
But
believe that the Wonder Twins are going against each other tonight. That is awesome.
you see, it ain't always like that, Danny. It's just
Okay.
normally
I
we just
got
can't
a
see
video
straight through
footage
what
and the
you think.
receipts to prove my point.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And what were you saying, Danny, before you showed the clip? You're saying, didn't I say what?
Yeah, didn't you say something about you didn't give a fuck about what on your show about Tim Duncan?
Taken out of context. All right. If
The
it
words
had to,
came out of your mouth.
right, but if it was between Tim Duncan and some pum pum, it's always the pum pum. I'm sorry, Tim Duncan's my boy, but no, it's and I think I found a new one, man. I think I found a new one. This reggae singer Shansea. Whoo, damn.
All right. Let's look really quick at the poll here. Let's just go ahead and call it good. And the poll winner is number 3 got 50. So we'll start with number 3, and then you guys can decide on the next 2 after that.
Cool.
So here we go. We're going to share the screen. Number 3 is the first one. Avatar is set for its 4th re-release in theaters this September. Besides the obvious financial reason to continue, besides the obvious financial reason to continue tapping the well of the highest grossing film ever, are there any other valid reasons for doing this? Is there a set amount of times a movie should be re-released before it should be disqualified from the movie, disqualify the movie from the record books?
You talking about the first Avatar?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be re-released again.
No, that's
Yes.
bullshit.
With I think I'll go first.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this so I can put it in the chat. But that's the question. Let's go over here and make sure it gets in there. Tony Robinson, what's going on? Good to see you. And Eyes Only, good to see you. Shifty, good to see you. All right, there's that in there. We will bring up the timer. 3 minutes. Anzo, go.
All right. So not only are they re-releasing it, I heard they're like touching up the CGI and everything like that. If I'm not mistaken, I think there was extra scenes that, don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But okay, so the fact that I can't stand this fucking movie, I will absolutely say, yes, do not bring this motherfucker back into the theaters again. It's the 4th fucking time. We don't need to see it. We all know about this goddamn Avatar movie. Now, I get it. Avatar 2 is coming out soon. So I guess he wants to put it out there and refresh a couple people's memory. But didn't they just do that a couple years ago when Endgame beat it? Right? They brought Avatar out just so that it could beat Endgame again. And now they're bringing it out again. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. But at the same time, I can't sit here and say that no, there should be a limit on the way or how many times they can release these movies, because during the pandemic, Empire Strikes Back came back out in theaters, and I was able to go see it in theaters again. My son's seen it in theaters for the first time, and I've seen this movie so many times. Like, I think Empire Strikes Back is the movie that I've watched the most out of any single movie in the history of my watching movies. So I still went to go see it in the theaters again. If they drop Phantom Menace, I'll go watch it. If they drop Attack of the Clones in theaters, I'll go watch it. If they watch Revenge of the Sith or any of the Star Wars movies except for anything that Disney Star Wars did, I'll skip those. But George Lucas's Star Wars, I'll go see that in theaters. It's just my problem is we all know that, like, they're just trying to probably put a lock on the number one spot, trying to bring it out again. Maybe, Marvel probably won't put Avengers out again. Maybe they'll do it in like 10, 20 years. Hey, let's rewatch Avengers or whatever. Endgame. But I think it's just to, lock it down, make sure that they hold on to that number one spot. I know James Cameron was probably pissed when Endgame beat it, right? Because he held that record for a long time. Then Endgame came on and was like, oh, well, you know what? We're going to beat it because we don't need that much to get the number one spot again. And they brought it out. I remember bringing it out again. But I think it's more or less because of what's going on with Avatar 2, why they're bringing it out for this last time. Hopefully it'll be the last time. I know personally I will not go see it in theaters. I don't care about it. I'll see Avatar 2 because it's Avatar 2. It's new. But this one, I'm just not interested. I can go on Onzo Vision, pop it on and watch it there. I actually have the DVD. It's because I think when the Avatar 3D is one of the best 3Ds that you'll ever see. So I have it in 3D, and I have a 3D TV with the glasses and everything. So if I really want to watch it in 3D, I could do it at home. So I won't go see it again.
Okay. Very good. Danny, 3 minutes. Time starts now.
I definitely think they should have a number of times you can re-release it. And my number would be you can release it one time after the original trailer theatrical release. Now, if you want to re-release it, if, say for instance you got a sequel coming and you want to re-release it, try to refresh people's memories, yeah, you can do that, but it's not going to count towards the grossing or the highest grosses or whatever you got. That'll just be money on the side, but it will not be able. You still keep that money, but it won't go toward if you're the highest grosser or not. And I think if there's a movie in competition like Avatar had it for how many years and then Game Pass it. Okay, Avatar, you get to re-release it one time, see what you can make, but they set the time 30 days, 40 days, whatever time limit they're going to set. Then they can do that. Hold on. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Love you. Good night. For in game, then they get the same amount of days. Okay, 30 days you can re-release it. Whatever money you make towards that goes towards whatever. Then that is it. But then let's say for instance, in-game does an in-game 2 or whatever. You can re-release it before in-game 2 to refresh people's memory, whatever, but it can't be used to tally against whatever statistics you're trying to break. You can keep that money, but it won't be. You only get one other chance to try and get whatever record you want to try and get. I think that's fair. I'm not going to watch Avatar again. I did like Avatar, unlike the two haters above me. I'm going to watch Avatar 2. I think it's going to be good. I think if you're a fan of science fiction or a fan of fantasy, that Avatar is something you should watch at least once. Maybe if it's not your cup of tea, then of course don't spend your money. But a lot of us have access to Onzo Vision. That's free. Last time I checked. So you want to check it out? You ain't got nothing to do on a Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon. Kill 2 hours. Avatar ain't as bad as some people say it is. I've seen worse. I've seen better. But definitely, I think they should have a limit to how many times they can re-release. Just being re-released the fourth time is ridiculous. I just think that's cheating. That's constantly moving the line further and further back or bringing it closer and closer, whatever analogy you want to use. Um, it will not get any of my money. So whoever goes there must going to be um, just trying to catch nostalgia or whatever. But I don't think that I don't think that it's fair, and I definitely think they should put some kind of limit of times you can re-release something in place and make it fair for whatever two movies is trying to get whatever if they're jockeying for a certain position or a certain record. That's it.
Very good. All right, cool. No. Um, well, you see, this is the thing. I think you guys are both saying a lot of the same things. I totally agree with what you're saying, Danny. There is a limit to how many times, because then what's the point? I mean, let's just, as soon as this is done, Endgame should just re-release theirs too, right? I mean, why not? If you're fighting back and forth for that top spot,
Number one.
highest grossing movie ever, I understand what you can do is maybe what you do is a caveat or a asterisk next to it. You say this was after max of 2 releases. So like if a movie's so hot that when they take it off, people still want it back out in the theater, you say fine, put it back out, and then that can still be counted. After that, anything after that should just be listed as it grossed this much, but in its time frame that we're going to count it. This is the highest grossing movie after only 2 releases, something like that. But I definitely think that you have to. What's going on, Geiscar? Good to see you. You have to set some limits there, because if not, I mean, Endgame and Avatar are going to be the 2 ones releasing their movies without any stock to it. I mean, after a while, it's not worth re-releasing it. It will slow down. Avatar will get away with it because there are new ones coming out soon. But still, what are you doing it for? I mean, it really, I'm not sure, even with the fixes and maybe additional scenes. God forbid additional scenes. That movie was long enough as it was. You just, after a while, it makes no sense to continue the pissing match. I mean, basically, isn't that what it is? It's a pissing match. They're just who can piss farther. Oh wait, no, I'm not done. Let's go back out there and do it again. I'm just really am tired of the re-releasing. And I thought about it when I put this question out there. I was like, I'm going to go back and make sure that movies that I really, really like haven't done this. Now, Star Wars has done it a few times. I think they've re-released both the original trilogy right before the prequels came out, and then when the sequels came out, they re-released the prequels out in the theaters and the original trilogy, so people could watch it all the way through. I don't count that per se, because they're not re-releasing it for monetary reasons, quote unquote. They are releasing it so people can go watch it on the big screen before the movie comes out. That's why I might give Avatar a pass this one time. But when you were talking about just consistently putting it out there, like Back to the Future got re-released once on its 25th anniversary, I think. That makes sense. But when you're just doing it to pad numbers, it's pointless, I think. And that's exactly what they're doing. And Avatar is guilty of that right now. But they're going to get a pass because in December the new one comes out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The only caveat I would put on this is that they change the story so much or so different that it's not a new movie, but essentially it is kind of sort of. And I'll give you an example. Like if you watch the theatrical cut of Daredevil and the director's cut, it's a vast difference. So if there's to do something like that, and I'm going for, let's say, the 3rd time to see it, and they're going to show me footage I didn't see in the first 2 showings, or
Batman versus Superman,
change the storyline, or let's say they Zack Snyder it. Okay, I'll give you that pass. But if it's the same thing 3 times, no. That's redundancy to the max, and I will not pay my money to see that shit 10 years later, the same movie.
And shifting up, they didn't re-release. What they would do is they go on what was called a limited run at theaters. So you had your initial push, and then they would back off and go to theaters or to the third screen if they had 3 screens. Because back, in the
Well,
80s, I don't know how.
no, Shifty's kind of right. I remember movies coming out, playing, and then maybe a year or two later they would come out again, right? Because we never really had DVD. Well, VHS came out a little bit later, but the only way to see these movies at one point, at least when I was growing up, was in theaters. Then the VCR and the VHS came out and all of that stuff, and then we
But it
were
seemed
able
like
to
it took
that
them
way.
forever to get VCR. You
Yeah,
see
well, you
movies
see,
like a
It
year
did.
later.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought the same thing though, Anzo, and then I went back because I remember I thought I remembered Back to the Future getting at least 2 re-releases after it came out in theaters. I looked it up. No, the first re-release of Back to the Future was in its 25th anniversary. So what
But
happens is it gets put into a back corner, and then if there's still enough want for it, or when there's slow months, they normally would re-push how many screens you would go to. Because remember, when we were growing up, if
Brad,
you had a theater that had like 6 screens, that was a huge theater.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly, the movie sitting there a long time, like 4, 5, 6 months back then.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
And like I said, if it was a slow month and they didn't have anything really big, lots of times they just put it to more screens and you'd
more
hear about it again and you
more
thought it was
advertising.
re-released.
That'd
And
be
that
really
was the thing. Is I thought the same thing, and then I went back and I double checked a few movies I remembered that I thought were gone and re-released, and no, they weren't done like that. They were brought down to a limited screen and then re-pushed. And I mean, I just think that
And then sometimes too that 3D got kind of some information got pushed too. Now
yeah,
they're coming out in regular 2D or whatever, and they'll come a month later and then
In
watch
3D, yeah.
Jaws in 3D. That's what to me that's what really got um, Avatar over that
yeah.
3D.
So my
I'm not
local cinema is always showing screenings of classic films, usually movies from the 80s. Yeah, they do it with, Bridge Over the River Kwai, the 50s, 60s. They do a lot of that. What that actually is that's that theater buying rights to show that movie. And they're literally getting a copy of it on the canister of it. If it's still the really old 35
yeah,
millimeter, a lot of them had to go to digital now. But
yeah,
they
man.
buy the rights to show it, and so they're sent the copy, and they can show it as much as they want, as long as they have the rights to show it. That's not technically a re-release. That's not the company saying we're going to re-release it. That's the theater saying I want to show this.
Yeah, they used to do like a whole montage of 80s movies before the theater I go to. Then they have set dates, usually on a Sunday
Hmm.
or early on a Saturday, where people can come and watch it. Because they had like the Breakfast Club. Who the hell want to see
Yeah.
that in the damn theater? I don't want to see that shit.
Wait,
Well, you
what?
may not. There's
What?
breakfast.
Not in the theater. Not when I can see it come from my home. Fuck no.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't go see the Breakfast Club in theater either. I wouldn't.
Okay.
But it's
Um,
fire. It's fire. It's a good movie.
Well, I ain't saying
you
that
guys
ain't
want
that.
to
Well,
you
that's
guys
not
want to
good.
decide together on the next one, or who wants to pick it?
I'll let Danny pick.
I'll go
Okay.
with one.
Number one.
Number one.
Now I talked about this that I before we had actually gotten into the topics yesterday. I had picked these topics and I'm like,
Yes.
damn it. So Matt Reeves just inked a deal for the Batman 2 and Penguin and Gotham Police TV spinoff. So I'm not sure if it's actually going to be TV or if this is going to be like direct to some streaming
Perfect
service. I'm
question
not
for
sure
the
exactly.
perfect person on the
The
panel.
reported deal comes as his hit animated series Batman Cape Crusader is being shopped to other outlets. Does this signal a change in direction to one-off movies for DC, or is this just in response to the positive box office numbers the Batman did? So the main question here is did he get this because we're going to see DC go to single one-off movies like the Batman's only going to be Batman, and then if we get another Superman movie, they're going to restart, or is this just in response to the Batman's numbers?
Okay.
That's my question. So 3 minutes is going to be on there. Danny, you want to go first?
Yes.
3 minutes, go.
I am very, very pleased that Matt Reeves has done this. I'm glad that they look like they're going to get a green light of Batman 2. Now, I'm going to be completely 1000% honest. My head is saying this is a mistake because it's going to confuse some fans because they're like, well, no, especially to get Ben Affleck back in the fold. How are you going to have two Batmans? And there is a vast difference between the Ben Affleck Batman and the Robert Pattinson Batman. One is more comic book accurate. One has elements of the comic book, but it's more grounded in real life. I would have both of these for the simple fact you can have a different sort of crowd and kind of cover the whole gambit of crowd. You can have people that are more Batman purists, maybe, and realists to see the Robert Pattinson one because he's more detective, more real life based, more darker than the other one that can pertain and target our audiences like the kids and adults. Because Ben Affleck is definitely the best Batman. No, there's not even an argument in that. But I think you can get two different crowds. You can get the more mature crowd, the Robert Pattinson, and have more darker stories, and have that totally else world. And then when you're taking a break on one, the other can be manifesting in like Batman, World's Finest. He could be make an appearance in Wonder Woman. He can make an appearance in Man of Steel 2. You still keep all that going, make another Justice League 2. So I definitely think that if it's done right and they do it simultaneously, kind of like how the Russo brothers did Endgame and they filmed Infinity War at the same time, I think some of the actors said they didn't know which movie they was actually doing until they put it all together. They could do something of that kind of sort of like that, but of course with two different Batmans that'd be confusing. They could kind of film one and go kind of back and forth with that. I think that'd be excellent. I think Matt Reeves did a good job on this Batman. I know some people don't like it. I mean that's your prerogative, but to me, I was engaged with it. I'm very interested in seeing who's the next villain going to be. I know some people don't like that Joker. I think they need to clean him up. The way he looked needs a lot of work to me. I would maybe go with somebody else, maybe like a Killer Croc or maybe um, Penguin because the guy that played Penguin, I can't Colin Farrell, fantastic. They can focus more on him. Um, they can go a lot of different directions. But I definitely think that because the numbers did so well in Batman, that's why it's being green lit for a Batman 2. And I'm definitely ready to see it. So rock on, Robert Pattinson.
Okay. Very good. Anzo, I
Yes.
have a strong feeling you might disagree with some of the things that Danny
Really?
said.
Oh no, no, no! I absolutely agree with Danny, 100%. He's
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
completely right.
3 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I absolutely disagree with Danny 100%. Fuck this Matt Reeves Batman series. I don't want to
Wow.
see it. We don't
Wow.
need it. What we need is Ben Affleck back as Batman in that universe and get rid of this bullshit, real life fucking garbage ass Batman. That movie was fucking boring. It was so boring. It
This is coming
just
from the guy that like black man.
Blank Man is a lot. Hey, I would watch Blank Man, Meteor Man. I would watch fucking what's the one with Mystery Men. I would watch Mystery Men. All of those silly ass fucking
Chat,
comedy movies
this is
before
your
I watched
brain on drugs. Right there. You see an example of it right there.
this boring ass Batman. Not only was the movie boring, there's a scene where they took it straight out of The Dark Knight. What did you do? What did you do? It was a copy and paste. It was fucking trash. Like I don't need to see this movie, and I'm gonna say yes, Chris. It was because of the numbers, even though I don't think the numbers were all that great. It was a profitable movie because it made back its money 3 times its money, right? Made about 700 and something $1 million. But when you have a Batman movie who is supposed to be one of the most popular superheroes of all times, and his movie cannot break $1 billion, you have an issue there, right? You have a serious issue that Batman can, especially when the last two Batman movies, well, the Nolan Batman movies, both made $1 billion, right? Now, this Batman movie is kind of in the same kind of genre where it's more grounded, down to earth type of Batman, and it did shit. Fuck it. I don't want to see it. Um, I hope Warner Brothers, and the thing is, it's a wait and see kind of deal, right? So he can do his movie and they get to watch it and they get to decide whether they want to put it out or not. So I'm hoping that Warner Brothers will do the right thing and watch these movies, or watch the movies, watch the Penguin, watch the TV shows, and be like, yeah, that's not good. We're gonna trash that. Why are you wasting your time with this fucking universe that people really don't want to see? People want to see the Ben Affleck Batman. They want to see the Henry Cavill Superman. They want to see the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. They want to see the Aquaman. They want to see Shazam. This is the fucking universe they want to see, not this fucking Elseworld boring ass real life fucking garbage ass movie. Nobody wants to see that. $700 million shows people kind of did, but the movie should have made. Hold on. But the movie should have made a lot more money than it did. So the ones that paid to see it, they've lost their mind.
That is funny.
Oh yeah, people are not interested, but 700, 800 million. That kind of shows they were interested. Yeah, well, I mean, I think that there's kind of in between on this. Yeah, it's definitely the numbers. I'm not going to disagree. I don't think it's a shift in direction. Everything I've read states that they're not shifting direction. In fact, they want to go to more of that Snyderverse style again. Whether or not they'll go exactly back to it, because you can't get Snyder, I'm not sure how close you're going to get to that. But numbers for sure. Okay, like what Shifty says here, Batman causes people to get killed by Penguin chasing him when he could have been just caught, or could have just caught him at the club. And then Gordon didn't arrest Penguin or even yell at Batman over it. So stupid. Listen, it's objective storytelling. It's how it's plot device. It's how it works. They needed a Penguin to be there till near the end. That's just how it works. So yeah, you're right. But every movie you watch has a bit of that. There's a bit of, okay, this is totally pointless. I mean, that's just how a movie is. Sometimes they just have to get from point A to point B, and at some point they're like, you know what, we're just gonna have Admiral Holdo put it in, hyperspace and cut the dreadnought in half. I mean, that's just how life is. I mean, there's points that you're just like, this is stupid. That's how it is. But I didn't hate the Batman, but it's not something I see that needs to be continued. I don't know. I mean, I mean, how far are you going to go with it before now? Oh shit, we've got two different Batmans running. You're going to have to start saying, if we're going to do Elseworlds and one-offs, then we just got to do a one-off. We don't need to continue that. It doesn't, like I said, I don't think it's a shift in what they want to do. I think, though, that they're giving a confusing opinion, because they're literally saying we're going to continue this Matt Reeves Batman universe, where at the same time in a year or two we might get another Batman, and it's not going to be that part. So that's, again, I think going to get a little confusing to people. It's going to be, well, which one are we supposed to really be following? Which one is the Batman that's the main Batman? So it's confusing. It's a little interesting that they say we're trying to cut money, we're trying to save money, yet they're dedicating projects that are just straight to streaming, like these TV series, which aren't even a part of a proof of concept yet. I'm not sure if a show based around Colin Farrell's Penguin would really go anywhere, because this Penguin wasn't like the Penguin we see. He just isn't. That was kind of name only in that movie. So I'm not really sure what they would gain from doing that. So there's a lot of question marks on why they would go about this. Let's talk about this together.
I was gonna say that a lot of people didn't want to see this and didn't care for it. That what you said, Nzo?
That is exactly what I said.
Okay, let me give you some numbers. Now, Batman and Superman together should be way more than Batman or Superman by themselves, right?
Depends on the movie, but yeah.
Okay, BVS made $872 million, which is only $102 million more than Batman by himself. The Batman made. Now they had Batman, Superman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg in BVS. No, in Justice League. And they only made $657 million.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
but okay,
Whedon
so
one.
Just,
yeah, the
just
Whedon
saying.
Justice the Whedon Justice League, that's fine. But then again, that also goes to the quality of these movies, right? So if I'm saying that the Batman should have made $1 billion, then Batman and Superman should have made $2 billion.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So the movies are shit. That's why they didn't do it.
I don't
Like
think
Batman
Batman
versus
v
Super,
Superman.
it's
Superman. Shit, that's the
it's
best version of Batman we've seen.
right, but the movie itself isn't great. Right? We have the best Batman we ever seen in that movie. I agree with you 100%. But the movie isn't great. There's a lot of issues with that movie. The Martha scene, the shitty ass Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor, right? The fucking garbage Dark Side. There's way too much in that movie that's garbage for it to have made that type of money. So yeah, for me, it's the quality of the movies, and it's on the same lines of the Batman. The Batman movie was garbage. That's why it didn't make $1 billion.
Oh my god.
I think the Batman didn't make $1 billion is because I don't think it's as strong a movie as the
When did the
Joker
Batman come out?
last year.
I don't remember the date though.
Yeah, it was November.
All I remember is that motherfucker put my ass to sleep 3 times. 3 times, and I was having insomnia, right? I had a bad case of insomnia where I wasn't going to sleep until about fucking 6 o'clock in the morning. I put on the Batman, and by 2 o'clock I was snoring.
Batman. Oh, March of
You-
this year. I'm sorry.
That is your mind.
that,
The
that
Batman.
cured my
The cure to
insomnia
insomnia.
3 times. 3 times. You know? Just gotta pop that on. The
All
only
right.
thing that
Yeah.
is good in the Batman is the Batman theme song. That's it. The only thing that's good in that movie is the theme song. Yes.
Really?
All right. Last question again, kind of rehash of yesterday. Batgirl directors Adil El Arbi and Bala Fala state that they don't have any footage of the film saved, but are still hopeful that one day the film will be finished and released. They were told that the movie was shelved not because of a talent problem from their part or that of the lead actress or even the quality of the movie, but because of a strategic change. New development or new management wanted to save some money. Do you believe that Batgirl will ever get released, and should it?
How you gonna spend $90 million and then save it?
Okay, I'm going to go first on this one. Here's the deal. Danny just kind of said it. How are you going to spend that kind of money? I don't believe that they've deleted this movie. I believe it's somewhere. I think it's locked away so we don't get another Zack Snyder problem. And not that these two directors could garner that type of a movement, and especially for like the Batgirl. It's like when your boss comes up to you and says, "Hey, yeah, we're scaling back, so we're gonna cut your job." There's a reason why they came to your job first. There's a reason why your job was cut, and yeah, maybe they want to save money, but if your job is the one they cut to help start that movement, that means you showed up on a list of not quite good enough. If your movie was out of this world, if your movie was good, if the talent was good, if it was on point for what they were looking for, your movie would still be getting released. There is a problem with your movie if it was one of those projects being cut. That's my firm belief. I do not believe that when somebody comes and says, "Yeah, well, you see, it's not really you guys. It's not the lead actress. It's just, we want to cut money." No, listen, in Hollywood, no, they don't spend $900 million on making 90% of a movie and then turn around and say, "Well, you know what, we're not going to do this now." I
90 billion.
think.
I don't want to see a $900 million movie. That'd be
Well, whatever.
That's
90
what I was
million.
gonna say.
Okay, 90 million. I thought you said 900. Anyways,
That
90
movie
million, whatever.
be
And I don't really care. It
fantastic.
could be 900. It could be 900 million. It could be 10 million. It doesn't matter. If you're the one being told that they just want to save some money and they've already put money towards it, or the company that made the movie has put money towards it, that's not the that's not the reason. Especially when Discovery just bought this company, they really didn't spend that money. That's not going to go against their ledger. That still goes against the ledger of the old guard, which was AT&T and Warner Brothers. Your movie is crap. I hate to say it. That's what this tells me. Your movie is crap. And the AT&T people and Walter Hamada thought, hey, we can relaunch the DC brand with Batgirl and Supergirl. Which, when we all heard it, or at least I know when I heard it, I was like, you guys have done lost your mind. You've lost your freaking mind if you think you're going to You don't take the B list actors or B list characters that go behind Batman and Superman and try to relaunch. No, you have to bring back the Batmans and Supermans. So I think this is not even anything about money. I think this is a crap movie, and they just said no, we're locking this away forever and ever. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, Anzo, 3 minutes, go.
To be honest with you, for some reason, I actually kind of think they did delete the footage. Now, I do think it's stupid where they said they want to save money, but I can also understand where they're coming from, right? Because they're going to get a tax write-off for deleting it, right? And it wasn't completely finished, so they had to do a lot of editing and stuff like that, which would cost more money. So now that you don't have to do the editing, you don't have to spend that money to do it. So that's where they're saving the money there. But at the end of the day, I think you still put this movie out, right? It would have cost 90 million to make. You know, if it makes about 350 million, it's made a profit. And it's a possibility. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just going to say this really quick. Shifty, if you say everything about the movie looked great, it really worries me then. Just saying. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, and I don't, you see, I'm not going to say that. I know a lot of people were complaining about the suit that she had on and stuff like that. I don't know if the movie was going to be great. I don't know any of the plot points of the movie or the synopsis or anything like that. So I can't sit there and say, oh, yeah, it might have been good. But I'm also, even though it's a new regime, I have to question some of these guys' taste in movies, right? Because they put out these movies that they think are going to be so good, and they're not. Star Wars, right? You know, they put out all these, like, you know, pandering or SJW movies, whatever you want to call it, and it's like, this is supposed to be good. But whenever they go back to the basics, that's when the movies are good. I don't think Prey is the best Predator movie, but they went back to the bases, and it's the third best, right? It's better than the other ones. They went back to the bases. So I just don't know. Like, you put it out there, and whatever money it makes, you know what I mean? Especially if it's a new regime. The new regime actually, if I'm not mistaken, probably had nothing to do with the money that was spent to have the movie made. So if you put it out there, everything you're getting is basically profit, right? So I don't understand the saving money type of thing, right? Then you have that, like Shifty Gibbs said, you have Michael Keaton, who was in there as Batman, and all that footage is gone. And he must be pissed because he came back to play Batman in a couple of movies, and now you got one movie where they just fucking pretty much wiped it out of existence if the footage is deleted. Now, I know Chris says he doesn't think it is, and I can understand why he would think that. For some reason, because the way the directors and everybody's talking, it's like it's gone. Everything is gone. So it's possible that Warner Brothers just told them it was gone and removed it. But I actually think that they did delete everything. And if they did delete everything, that's just a waste. That is a waste of money. If they deleted the movie, that is a 100% waste of money. You're not saving, you're wasting. Not a good start for new regime.
No, okay, and I'll get to that after Danny goes. We'll just do that during the 3 minutes discussion between us all.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, 3 minutes, go.
I definitely don't think that it's erased and gone. Cause that would be like buying a grocery store and throwing out everything in the grocery store when some of the items may be good. Maybe you can salvage. Maybe you can cut it with something else. The grocery's not outdated, but I'm still gonna throw it away because I don't like it because I didn't buy it. That is stupid. So if they did do it, then that is the most idiotic shit I've ever heard of in my life. I don't think it's gone. I think it's in somebody's server, thumb drive, whatever medium they use to hold that stuff. It's on somebody's hard drive. It's somewhere saved, and probably only a limited few people know how to get to it or has access to it. Like I said, this is something kind of like that old cruddy duddy Fantastic Four movie that was so bad that they didn't release when they first made it, but then somehow 10, 15, 20 years later, it got released. And like, oh shit, I see why they didn't do this. If you remember a singer, Cisco, from what's the group he was named?
Thong Song,
No, what's the group he was with before he went solo?
Jodeci.
No, it wasn't
Oh,
Jodeci.
Drew Hill. Sorry,
Yeah,
Drew
Drew
Hill.
Hill. Yeah, Drew Hill. Okay, when he went solo, he made something called the Dragon, and they said that video was so bad that if he would release it, that it would ruin his career, and it has never seen the light of day that I've seen. Now I've heard people say they saw it and they said, yeah, if he would have released that in the How to Thong song, it would have destroyed his career. Now I don't think that this Batgirl, I don't know because I've never seen. I seen the uniform or the suit she was in. It was okay, but nothing that I'm gonna write home about. And Shifty, I do question your taste because you said that Margaret Kidder was stunning, and you sent me the picture on DM. And I'm like, what the hell? That ain't stunning. I mean, she looked better than she looked on the Superman movie, but stunning, no. So, no, to me, it makes no sense to have destroyed well, they can destroy some parts of it, but destroy the whole thing or not have access to it is crazy. Um, I don't know about the tax breaks. I don't know about all that kind of stuff. But maybe if it did, I'm sure if it's some kind of loophole to save somebody some money, they probably did it. I'm kind of agreeing with Chris that maybe the directors wasn't what they thought they were, and it kind of, I don't know if it was me, it kind of make me second guess myself. You telling me, okay, everything good, everything copacetic, but then why you cut me? I mean, that don't make no sense. You got to give me a viable reason, not because we're trying to save money. I'm gonna have to really see it. Someone has to really show me the numbers or show me connect the dots for me. So I'm thinking that it's probably what it probably wasn't a good movie, and they cut their ties and like, sorry, we out of here. So I do not believe that movie is destroyed. I
All
do
right.
not believe it's destroyed.
Really quick, I'll just run this over here. So right here, it talks about they're going to be doing these screenings, and they're calling them funeral screenings on here, and they talk about how David Zaslav wants to do $3 billion in cost savings. Okay, so it says it's going to get put under lock and key, which is exactly what I said. Now I just started reading here. It says people are wondering if it's going to become the next Zack Snyder's Justice League. But it's different for multiple reasons. Justice League was not a tax write down for the studio. It was released in theaters, and there was no legal reason an alternate version could not exist down the road. If the studio was to release Batgirl, it would run afoul of the rules that allow Warner Brothers Discovery to claim tax write down, which goes to the point that Anzo made last night. Now, I am sure within a certain amount of time they can then bring it back, but and like I said, I think that as soon as they made this decision, they went and accessed all the film footage they could and put it away. So that couldn't be a case.
Yeah, but I'll say this: I think that if it is a tax write-off, I don't think that there is a time limit, because I know here they can get you for, like, if they go and look back at like 20 years and see that you fucked up on some taxes, they will hit you with it.
Well,
they will.
Here's why I think
to my
there is a
props.
time limit. Generally, a studio will not get the full tax write down immediately on a money losing project. Rather, we'll get a certain percentage of it right away and the rest over a period of years. That's because it's unclear of how much the project might make or lose over its lifetime, and it hits cable as it hits cable and other platforms. Several sources suggest that Warner Brothers might make the drastic move of actually destroying its Batgirl footage as a way to demonstrate to the IRS that there will never be any revenue from the project, and thus it should be entitled to the full write down immediately. Other sources dispute that notion, noting that there are other projects that still have footage locked away that will never see the light of day, such as HBO's Game of Thrones spin-off plot Blood Moon, an hour of television that not even author George R.R. Martin has seen. Huh. We'll see. I don't know on that one. Interesting though. I will post that here in a little bit on Twitter if you guys want to see it. I'm sure Mads has already done that. Thank you, Mads. But let's talk about this really quick. I think with that said, that maybe there's a reason why they deleted it, but I don't think they will delete it. Because I still think at some point they would try to release it. Maybe they can release it and it just goes into public domain. Because basically that's how we got that Captain America and that Fantastic Four movie. When it got released,
was this up too, man. You never know. This could be some kind of.
I mean, they could. That could be a real. I mean, yeah, it's not like they're going to open their books and show that they received a tax write-down or whatever they call it. But I don't think this will ever be deleted. I just don't think it will be.
No, I wouldn't delete it because, say for instance, you do re-sign Ben Affleck and you make Batman. Mm-hmm. It would be perfect to introduce Batgirl through Batman, so they could take that existing footage or some of that existing footage and then implement him in there, do something else, and save a lot of money on the back end versus destroying it and then starting all back over again. That's crazy.
You bring up a really good point there. They can use it in a Batman movie with, integrate it. They can integrate it into other movies that they need. And then they wouldn't necessarily be getting rid of it or releasing the movie. They'd just be releasing parts of it in places where they then can save money and not have to do that. But I mean, I guess maybe they can do that. I don't know. But Anza, what do you think? Nope. Are you there, Anza? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know, man. For some reason, I'm like, maybe they didn't delete it, but at the same time, I'm like, if they want to do this tax write-off, and I also don't think that even if they didn't delete it, that it's going to be a Zack Snyder's Justice League. There was totally different circumstances as to why that movie got out. They tried to do it with the Ayer cut, and they're like, no, we're not releasing the Ayer cut. So it didn't work for that, so it probably won't work for this. But I don't know.
Did you hear what Danny said about? Did you hear what Danny said about parts of the movie maybe being used at a later date in like a Batman movie?
Mm-hmm.
So then you don't have to shoot those scenes. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Again, I don't know the specifics of the tax write-off, so I don't know if it's possible to take. Because I'm going to say I mean, if they could fucking take little footage out and put it in a different movie, how would they know that it was actually created for that movie unless the people that they're getting a tax write-off actually seen it, which they probably didn't. So I can see that. I can see them doing that.
Yeah. All right, very good. That's our 3 topics. And now, it's been a minute. We've been waiting for it. So let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for the moment that everyone's been waiting for. It's Chaos Central's Final 5 Fact or Fiction.
Yes, 5 questions. There's only 2 answers. That's fact or fiction. Nothing else. That's it. And there's a tally. Yeah, that's right. There is a tally of how many we have gotten. Let's see here. Let me bring this up.
And Nzo is in the lead, and then Chris, and then Danny.
As much as I'd love to say that's the case, I know better. So, just gonna say, right now it is 36 for Danny, 30 for Nzo, and 32 for me. That could change right now because we have one. Let's see here. Hold on, make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 this week. So we'll take this off.
How the
We will
fuck
bring
did
up.
I end up in last place? You see, guys, this chat, this is Chris fucking with me. You know what it is? That's exactly what it is. He's tired of seeing me win everything, the Royal Rumble, the debate that we had. So now he's
Wait a
fucking
minute,
with me. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Mm.
You know, I'm like the Michael Jordan of
I'm
this
not
shit.
winning.
I gotta push
I'm
some
not
iron
winning.
and big up myself so that I can fight against the injustice that we're getting on this
And
street.
we're Detroit.
The first question that we're going to answer, Final Five Factor Fiction, question number 5. This time next year, the fluffy bunny disease will be something we have under control. Now, I am rushing this by about 7 days, guys. This question was asked September 1st of last year. That we've been doing this a year now. Now I only have 26 weeks worth because there's been times when Danny or me or the show didn't happen or whatever.
Mhm.
But I think we can answer this. But what do you guys think? Is it under control per se, or do we count this as not?
I say it's under control.
I say it is
Pretty
too.
much. Pretty
All
much.
right. So this is question number 5. All 3 of us said fiction.
What? We did?
Yes, we all 3 said fiction. That's why I was like, okay. I mean, because I thought one of us would have said fact, but no, I'm not. I mean, knock on wood. I'm not trying to jinx us by any means. I think it's mostly under control. It's more like the flu now. Yes, you're gonna get it.
Not
But I
killing
don't
people
think
like it did when it first came out.
exactly. I think that's the
Exactly.
case. The flu
And
will kill somebody who's weak, anyways, like weak immune system and stuff like that. This will do the same. But in general, yeah.
And I know why I picked fiction on this one. It was because Danny was in the lead, so we were trying to copy Danny's answers on that point.
That's what you get.
Gotcha. That's why we did it, huh? Okay. We'll get rid of that one, and then the next one up. Oh, whoops! I thought that was gonna be over there. All right, here we go. Final Five Factor Fiction question number 3 from week 10. After the in-game meltdown on national TV and all of the other known issues with other teams, Antonio Brown has had some people think that he is done in the NFL. Fact or fiction? Antonio Brown will play for another NFL franchise, and as Danny confirmed the other day, because I wasn't positive if it was a final done deal type thing. He is now part of the Dallas Cowboys, right?
No. That's Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham. Oh, I thought it was Antonio Brown. You said okay. What he switched Odell? Okay, wait, hold on. I thought it was Antonio Brown.
Yeah, no. He said Odell Beckham. Yeah, Odell Beckham.
Okay.
I ain't saying nothing about Antonio Brown.
Then we're gonna wait on that one.
I was gonna say.
I thought that's the thing. I was like, there's no way that. Cause I didn't hear that. I actually heard rumors that they are thinking about taking it.
Now,
what
if
I
the Cowboys,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you first, Danny. Go ahead.
What I did say is that Antonio Brown told Jerry that if he called him, he would take his call.
Mm-hmm.
But no one has called him as far as the news has reported.
And I would say, if you put Antonio Brown on the other side of Odell Beckham with Dak Prescott as their quarterback, Super Bowl.
Maybe. We'd have to see. All right, so here he goes. It has been announced that the DC is rebooting the DCEU with Batgirl and Supergirl and seemingly leaving Superman and Batman out of the upcoming plan. While some see this as a bad move, others are saying that it's a sound move. Fact or fiction, the Batgirl and Supergirl film will both make a profit. That is decided now. They will not both make a profit because one of them is being cut. Now, this still counts as the question, so we're going to answer. And our answers were, for question number 3, fact or fiction, week 13, the unlucky week. Question number 3, all of us said fiction. How about that?
See, now the reason why those guys got it right is because they copied me on this one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
said fiction first, and then they copied me, and that's why they got it right. You guys need to start thinking for
No,
yourself when we do these
I'm supposed to
questions.
start. Wait, I'm supposed to start on question number 3. So if we followed my rules, I would have said fiction first, and you guys would
Depends
have
on-
copied me.
Both of y'all are full of shit.
And he's like,
And I was gonna say
"Eh."
it depends on who you ask first, right? Because sometimes you ask certain person to ask,
Well,
the first one.
Typically,
so.
I go Danny, you, me, because that's how it is on the tally sheet.
Mm.
So we'll go that way from now on, and then it goes
that
Danny,
sounds like
then
a
you.
copy. That sounds like an also copy.
All right, last question that we're going to answer tonight. Final 5 Fact or Fiction question number 5 from week 19. We've talked about the movies will or won't hit $1 billion. Today's Final 5 Fact Fictions. Thor: Love and Thunder will make $1 billion or more.
I know I said fiction on this motherfucker. It will not.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. You're
I'm
positive.
sure.
This
Yes.
is question number
fiction.
5. Danny said fact, and we both said fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So Anzo and I gain another point towards Danny. How about that?
Fuck that bullshit movie. But you see what happens when Danny doesn't copy me?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Let it get another
That's
point.
it.
The same thing.
What's that?
31.
Also game a point.
I did. I just put a point on this.
Yeah, I gained a point.
So,
But Chris didn't.
after all those answers, it's 36, 31, 33.
Yeah, Chris
Another
said fiction
20
too,
weeks.
Danny, on that one.
Yeah. Another 20 weeks, and we might catch up with them. All right. We saved those answers. This week, we're going to go to these right here. Boom. Are you ready for some football? Question number 1. Fact or fiction? Tampa Bay will have a better record than Kansas City. Danny.
Tampa Bay will have a better record than Kansas City. Ooh, I'm gonna say fact.
Fact. Anzo.
I'm gonna say fact too.
And you know what I'm going to say.
Fiction.
Fiction. Hey, listen, that's like a Super Bowl question for you last year. I'm roping myself into that one because I could never say fact on that. There's just no way I could. Question number 2. Are you ready for some football? Fact or fiction? The Pittsburgh Steelers will make the playoffs.
Facts, fucker.
You see, I roped myself in and I roped you in. I'm going to say fiction. I say fiction. Danny.
You don't think the Steelers gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fact.
Fact?
Yeah, Steelers? Yeah.
What the fuck do they got on their team left?
They're gonna make it.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Who's in their division?
The
Baltimore.
Baltimore,
Browns.
Cincy.
Yeah. 3 teams that made it last year, then they didn't.
Yeah, but that don't mean
Yeah,
shit.
Browns ain't gonna make it this year because shit, that old boy out for 11 games.
I know.
Absolutely, they're not.
That's
making
true
it.
too. I already say fiction. I'm gonna leave it fiction. Screw it. Question number 3. The Jacksonville Jaguars will have a winning season. That's mine. I'm gonna say fiction. Annie?
Fiction.
Fiction.
Fiction. Question number 4 to Danny is fact or fiction. The Buffalo Bills will win Super Bowl 57, which is
Fiction.
this year's Super Bowl. You say fiction? Okay. They are actually the second. They had the second highest chance according to the
Fiction.
odds right now.
Fiction.
You know who has the first
I
highest?
ain't going since that man in Tampa Bay, boy. Now he got Julio Jones. If he can stay healthy,
I'm saying fiction also.
Yeah. Fiction.
Kansas City Chiefs have the best chances, they say right now. Just so you know. Just saying. And here you go. The last one, I have to rope him in on it too. The Washington Commanders will win the NFC East.
That's so fiction.
See, he's the only one that just can't buy into that. And I watch it; it's going to help them win.
Fiction.
I say fiction also. So.
Steelers are going 6-11. Are you out of your mind? Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season ever so far, and he's not continuing.
Time
this
out.
year.
But has Mike Tomlin ever had a season without Ben Roethlisberger?
No, he hasn't.
So
Well, yeah. Injury, yeah.
Well, okay, injuries, but not for a full season.
When he was out for when it was the first 2 games he got injured his elbow. When he injured his elbow, it was the first 2 games and he was out for the whole season. Still had.
I still don't. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna make it. So, here's what we got. Danny's fact, fiction. Nzo fact, fiction, and I'm just straight fiction across the board. I don't believe shit. Saving that right there. We're gonna close that up. And guys, that is our show for the night. Basel, good to see you. I appreciate you being here. Who's gonna do a repeat? Oh, there you go. Who's gonna be repeat? Yeah, I think fiction. Kansas City will be better. Thank you. Fiction. Steelers are going to be 6-11. We're gonna do a repeat. Rams 2x. You're Rams
better, and they lost one of their key pieces. I don't see it.
I will let you know that I was watching. I watch these odds videos every once in a while, and they went through the NFL because the NFL is going first. The last time that there was a repeat champion. I want to say it. Hold on, let me double check my thing here because I can't remember.
I'm sure Tom Brady was a repeat champion.
Yeah, I think Tom Brady was the last repeat.
Yeah.
The guy that Chris said sucks. Okay,
so I still the last repeat champions.
New England Patriots.
Yeah, I think it was. I just got to go and find it here. Yeah. 03 and 04 was the last time it happened. Yeah. So now, granted, there was in 15 it was the Patriots, in 16 it was the Patriots, and in 18 they went like every other year. But
Goatish qualities.
Hate fucking Tom Brady.
Really, Nzo?
I do.
Until you put on Steelers back and go, then you'd be all up his butt.
I won't deny that he's the GOAT, but I fucking hate Tom Brady. Ever since that fucking they created a new rule for this guy. Fuck this guy.
You know, Super Bowl.
I don't like him, and he's not the GOAT. I'm not gonna admit to either. He's fucking an asshole. He's a dickish. Fucking listen. When you have to change the rules to make him the GOAT, I think right there is the problem.
That sounds like some of your qualities, dickish and asshole. So
thank you. I am so happy you said that. Danny, thank you so much for honoring me with those comments. I appreciate it so very much. Anyways, guys.
Haterade.
Hey, no, Haterade's pretty good. Add a little salt into it, it's really good. Anyways, guys, that's our show. Go around. We're gonna talk about what we got going on. We'll start with Nzo because I know he's got to run to his show. Nzo, tell him what's going on over on the OOC today.
OOC's coming up next, guys. Make sure to check that out. Got a few good topics on there and take it from there. But other than that, great show, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Chris, I said Nzo 10 examples of law enforcement officers doing kind stuff. I bet you won't see none of it in that.
One of these days, Danny, just keep showing them. Keep showing them.
In fact, one of the co-hosts said that's not going to get views or clicks. Like, really?
That's the thing. It won't, because that they don't. Nobody videotapes police doing the right thing because, well, God knows they're supposed to do that, so they're not going to videotape it. Anyways, go ahead, Danny. Talk about yourself real quick.
I'm Danny AK Comment Chat. You can find me here on these shows Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. You can find me Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel doing She-Hulk. In fact, She-Hulk comes out tonight, don't it? So, yeah.
Yes, it does.
I'll check that out in the morning when I get up. I am very, very happy with the 30-minute shows because, hey, I can watch it she'll get a cat nap, go back to sleep. So hey, I'm cool with that. But yeah, good show tonight, man. So I may jump on there or not, but I gotta do some paperwork first. But if I don't jump on there, I'll definitely be in the chat.
All right, just let me know.
All right, guys, 291 subs is where we're at. 9 away from 300, guys. So we gained a
Let's
few
go.
just over the past day or so. Help us out. 9 more. That's what we need. If you're watching this after the fact, guys, go back, look at our other stuff. Help us out. Sub to the channel. But with that said, I'm Chris Knight. Real Review 3000 is my channel. Got the Rumble coming back. We've got Name That Tune coming back. Some other stuff. And again, She-Hulk Roundtable on Sunday. So don't forget about that. And with that said, we're out of here, guys. Take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.